More heartache tonight for the family of a 20-year-old Temecula woman who died of a fentanyl overdose in her own home.
Her family has been fighting to beef up penalties for fentanyl dealers, but Democrats in Sacramento are at odds over the details on the legislation. KCAL News political reporter Tom Waite spoke to her father tonight. And Tom, what did you have to say?
And Juan and Pat, obviously such an important issue
Yep.
and an emotionally charged issue as well. So 20-year-old Alexandra Capelluto was found passed away in her bedroom from a fentanyl overdose. One of so many young people and adults who have fallen prey to this drug. Her family is determined to save other families from experiencing the same tragedy.
Hold the drug dealers on social media accountable.
Thank you.
Yes, and we are.
No, you're not.
In Sacramento Tuesday, tensions boiled over as the state Senate's Public Safety Committee debated the bill SB 44, also known as Alexandras Law. Under the bill, convicted fentanyl dealers would get a required warning from judges. Deal again, and if the drugs kill, you will get a harsher sentence. The legislation has bipartisan support, but it wasn't enough. Democrats opposed to the bill said it did not clearly explain how dealers would know or should know what they are dealing is laced with fentanyl.
The concern is that there is no real evidence that this would, in fact, limit overdose deaths. And I know that is not if anyone very close to me or in my direct family died from a fentanyl overdose death, I can appreciate not wanting to hear that.
We do have evidence. We have evidence that this kind of advisement does save lives.
Santa Ana Democratic State Senator Tom Umberg authored the bill.
The evidence that we have comes from folks who have been convicted of drunk driving. People who have been convicted of drunk driving for decades have been warned, if you drink and you drive intoxicated again and you kill somebody, you're going to face an increased punishment. And we've seen the incidence of drunk driving going down.
Among those who attended the hearing, Matt Capelluto. The bill was named after his daughter, Alexandra. The 20-year-old was found dead in her bedroom of her Temecula home back in 2019, just before Christmas. Mr. Capelluto was crushed by the decision by two Democrats to vote down the bill.
I'm just sorry. Because more people are going to die. And it might not be the politically correct thing to say, but there's no doubt about it. These senators have blood on their hands.
We spoke with Matt after he returned from Sacramento. He plans to keep fighting.
My daughter's, she's gone. She's not coming back. That's what we have to do now is fight for others, try to prevent other families from having to live this nightmare. And that's what it's all about.
Political experts say lawmakers are in a bind because passing new laws punishing dealers raise a number of questions.
It's really difficult to tie who touched this fentanyl before the individual who took it and passed away. Is it the individual that sold it, or is it the individual that made it, or is it the individual that transported it? It's not clear to me.
So this bill was voted down, which means it cannot be voted on again, but that doesn't mean similar legislation can't be brought up, and parents like Matt Capelluto are vowing to keep fighting to protect other families from tragedy. So a very powerful moment today, as we saw in Sacramento.
That's for sure. Now, you said this can be brought up again. What can the author of the bill do? Because it's dead right now.
Right. Yeah, in its current form, it's dead. He could take it over to the Assembly because this was in the Senate. This is interesting. There's 3 Democrats on this committee apparently, and it only takes 2 of the 3 to vote this down. What I've been told is there's support among a majority of Democrats and Republicans. So what could happen next? Well, we're just not sure. It depends on if Democrats decide to push this harder, but they're going to have to write a new bill. The one SB 44, that's what it was called. That's done. That's gone. It failed the vote.
Okay, so the wording could be different.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right, feel so sorry for the father.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you, Tom.
Thanks.